Nike eventually expressed regret to Caitlin Clark, but let's face it, this goes beyond a banner or a large advertisement. Throughout an arena, no, there is much more to it than that. For months, fans have been wondering why Nike, the world's largest sports brand, has kept silent about its most promising young star, and to be honest, the silence has been deafening. This Nike billboard honors the all-time NCAA Division I scoring leader. I love that. Nike appears to be rushing to make up for lost time now that Adidas has apparently stepped in with a sizable offer. But the real question is, was their apology sincere, or are they only responding out of concern that they would lose Clark to a rival? Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world? Let's go back a little now. Women's basketball's breakout star Caitlin Clark had an amazing season. She led her team to new heights, shattered records, and enthralled audiences while playing with an electrifying flair that makes her more than just a player. She's a game changer. Given that Nike signed her to a huge contract, you would imagine that her first playoff game would be the most viewed WNBA playoff game since 2000, drawing 1.84 million viewers. However, that is not the case. Gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark. For months, Nike did very little to promote Clark. There were no large shoe releases, campaigns, or major ads, and fans were left wondering what was going on. It was strange how they handled LeBron James when he first joined the NBA. They wasted no time in creating a signature shoe for him, running advertisements everywhere, and making sure his face was displayed on billboards all over the nation. However, with Clark's crickets, this is where things started to get interesting. While Nike was sleeping, they saw an opportunity. Rumors began to circulate that Adidas was prepared to make a $30 million offer for Clark. However, Adidas saw what Nike had missed and saw the opportunity to position Clark as the face of women's basketball, much like they had LeBron as the face of men's basketball. Let's face it, Adidas wasn't going to stand by and watch Nike continue to make mistakes. So what happened next? After months of ignoring Clark, Nike finally woke up and slapped a huge banner of her at the Indiana Fever Arena. This was a grand gesture to be sure, but let's not be fooled. This wasn't just a celebration of Clark's achievements. It was Nike's attempt to prevent her from switching to Adidas, and it wasn't subtle either. Nike was in full-on damage control mode. There are some concerns about the timing of this apology. For many supporters, this feels more like a response to Adidas' interest than a sincere display of support for Clark. Nike had months to promote Clark and her amazing season, but they waited until there was a true possibility of losing her to a competitor before making their move. It seems as though Nike panicked when they discovered they were about to lose one of the most recognizable basketball players. But this is where things become even more interesting. Rather than simply accepting Nike's abrupt change of heart, Clark didn't just sit back and let them dictate the terms. Instead, she showed up at their event and gave a speech that left everyone buzzing. Clark used the opportunity to discuss the future of women's basketball, pointing out how the sport is expanding with packed stadiums, increasing viewership, and fans who are finally beginning to buy into it in a big way. Clark also underlined the significance of women's basketball receiving national television attention, emphasizing that this isn't just a fad and that the more times the sport is featured on a large platform, the more it will flourish. It's evident that Clark is considering the wider picture and isn't just focused on her own career. She is also supporting the sport as a whole. Thanks for watching and subscribe my channel.